Jalen Carter messed up big time. Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, in my opinion, is the best player in the NFL draft. In my couple years of watching college football, I haven't been watching college football for that long. He's the best player I've ever seen as a prospect. He's probably the best prospect, non-quarterback wise, I've seen these past couple years. Better than Chase Young. There's a lot of prospects, but I think Jalen Carter is a special talent. You watch the film, he decimated college linemen. Unlike anything I've ever seen before, he decimated college linemen. And he's my favorite player coming out the draft. I wanted my Falcons to take him, but we took a running back instead, which is another story for another video. We took a running back instead, and the Eagles got away with a steal. An absolute steal. Now, a couple months ago, Jalen Carter was riding with his friend Devin Willock, another member on that Georgia football team, and Devin Willock was in a fatal accident that caused his death and the death of two other people. I might be wrong. I'm sorry, it was just Devin Willock and the recruiting staff for Chandler Leroy. Now, of course, our condolences go out to those families, but this was 4 months ago. This happened in January, the night after the championship game. And coming back up today, the father of Devin Willock is trying to sue Jalen Carter. The first thing that comes to mind is, this happened 4 months ago. Why are we waiting till now to sue him? Well, he got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted with a 9th overall pick to the Eagles and just made himself a millionaire. Right? That's part of the reason why he waited till this day to do it. The news came out today. And I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have got much out of him if he was probably a multi-thousandaire, like he probably was at Georgia, but with the NFL, that's a different game, man. Financial-wise, he's a millionaire now. So I don't too much blame him for that. The first thing that comes to mind is, this happened 4 months ago. Why are we waiting till now to sue him? Well, he got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted with a 9th overall pick to the Eagles and just made himself a millionaire. Right? That's part of the reason why he waited till this day to do it. The news came out today. And I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have got much out of him if he was probably a multi-thousandaire, like he probably was at Georgia, but with the NFL, that's a different game, man. Financial-wise, he's a millionaire now. So I don't too much blame him for that. The first thing that comes to mind is, this happened 4 months ago. Why are we waiting till now to sue him? Well, he got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted with a 9th overall pick to the Eagles and just made himself a millionaire. Right? That's part of the reason why he waited till this day to do it. The news came out today. And I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have got much out of him if he was probably a multi-thousandaire, like he probably was at Georgia, but with the NFL, that's a different game, man. Financial-wise, he's a millionaire now. So I don't too much blame him for that. The first thing that comes to mind is, this happened 4 months ago. Why are we waiting till now to sue him? Well, he got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted. Jalen Carter got drafted with a 9th overall pick to the Eagles and just made himself a millionaire. Right? That's part of the reason why he waited till this day to do it. The news came out today. And I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have got much out of him if he was probably a multi-thousandaire, like he probably was at Georgia, but with the NFL, that's a different game, man. Financial-wise, he's a millionaire now. So I don't too much blame him for that. But this is what I want to say to that. At 20 years old, you can make your own decision. I'm 19 years old, and I understand that racing is a bad idea. I have been peer pressured to race before, but this is what I want to say to that. At 20 years old, you can make your own decision. I'm 19 years old, and I understand that racing is a bad idea. I have been peer pressured to race before, but I've raced on open roads. They were going down the highway speeding at in unnormal rates, right? I haven't done anything like that, and I understand that you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. That's extremely dangerous to you and for the people around you. Jalen Carter and Devin Willock, they made the choice in themselves to drive. Trust me, if I'm 20 years old, I'm kicking it with somebody like Jalen Carter, like anybody, They tell me, and they trying to race me on the road, on the highway. I'm not doing that. That's just me though. I just don't think it's smart. All right, it's a bad idea, especially when you got people in the car with you, because now you're putting your life and other people's life at danger. But Whitlock's dad is suing Jalen Carter for wrongful death, negligence, and negligent. Is that how you say it? Negligent hiring. Right, I want to go over that first. The negligent hiring. I don't know how you say it, but I want to go over that first. I didn't know what that meant, so I searched up the definition, and the definition says a claim that can be made against an employer when an employee causes harm to others, and the employer should have known of the individual's potential to cause harm. Who was the employer? If they're talking about Chandler LeCroy, she wasn't with them as an employer or an employee. I don't know. I might be reading it into it wrong, but she was with them celebrating the championship as a friend, as a relationship outside of work. They were at the club. So I don't see where negligent hiring comes from. I don't know what it means. I got to do some more research on it. And then the second thing is negligence. All right. From my understanding, negligence is leaving, I don't know how to put it, but like leaving something alone that can be in harm, right? Negligence, right? When I think of negligence, I think of a mother leaving her child unwatched while anything bad could be happening. That's what I think of when I hear the word negligence. I don't see negligence in this situation at all on Jalen Carter. He didn't neglect them, right? They're grown men. They're both grown men. They're the same age. He didn't neglect them. He drove back to wherever they're going in his car, and Devin Willock drove back in his car as well with Chandler LeCroy in the car. So I don't see negligence in this situation. And then lastly, wrongful death. Now, it was a wrongful death. A death like this wasn't supposed to happen. You're not supposed to die at this age, but it's not on Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter himself is lucky that he didn't pass away. He's lucky to himself that he didn't get caught up in that nasty accident. He didn't hit two poles or however it happened. And he's lucky that he didn't get passed away. I don't know like how he made it out of jail when he got booked, but he made it out. He's not in jail. He got out. I don't know if he has a court date or anything. I don't know too much about the lawful stuff about going to jail and stuff. But he was there to get drafted, man. And if anything, even though it's not on Jalen Carter, he still feels terrible about it. I know he does. He was on the scene and he ran away in fear. 21 years old, seeing one of your closest friends die in front of you like that. So I don't think the suitcase is in any way gonna help out the father to win. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna pull up this tweet right here who says the same thing, says it way better than I could, but I just feel like the tweet said, it's a money grab. It's a grab for money, and I don't see the dad winning the case at all. And here's the one thing I want to address face to face to all the people that hate on Jalen Carter, because it don't make no sense why y'all doing this man the way that y'all are doing him. It don't matter because he ended up in one of the best situations in the league, so honestly it all turned out better for him, but it's a shame. First off, the number one thing I want to talk about is how did the other 32 NFL teams let Jalen Carter fall to the Eagles? That is a shame, because if there is a risk with drafting Jalen Carter, the Eagles are fine. The Eagles still are one of the best teams in the league with him or without him. So if they lose out on that risk, they're fine, right? And the second thing is, if they hit with that risk, which I'm like 95% positive they will, if they hit with that risk, they just got a perennial All-Pro D tackle, which is a steal for one of the best teams already in the league. I don't understand how the other NFL teams let them do that. They said before all this stuff with Devin Willock and them went down, they said he was an undisputed top 3 pick. And ever since that situation happened, he fell down to 9. And the other 31 teams in the NFL are stupid for letting this happen, man. And I want to talk about that too. Y'all say that he got character issues. Why? How? Explain that to me. How does getting locked up for speeding mean you have character issues? I read a report. I can't remember where I read it from. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but I read a report that during the school year, Jalen Carter, one of his teammates that wasn't on scholarship, that couldn't afford the school meals at Georgia, right? And he was the one that used his personal stuff to pay for it, right? I know that's something small, that's not that deep at all, but like, it's like little stuff like that. All that stuff means something. Where do y'all see bad character issues from? He's been at Georgia for 3 years, and y'all are just not saying that. What is up with that? Stetson Bennett got arrested too. Where's the propaganda that he has character issues with him too? I'm hearing that now one thing I will say is yes, he showed up to his workouts out of shape. Now, I'm still on the fence that he had just got locked up, his mind's not in the right spot. That's what I feel like it was for him. But I don't feel like that's a reason for you to let him drop. The talent is there. Let me tell you, Aaron Donald is a future Pro Bowler. Not Aaron Donald. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Aaron Donald because that's how I feel like Jalen Carter is. That's who I feel like Jalen Carter is. That's the type of talent that the Eagles just pick up out of nowhere. How do you go from who's his name? Fletcher Cox? How do you go from Fletcher Cox to Jalen Carter? Are you kidding me? Jalen Carter was the best player in the draft. Better than Bryce Young, better than Bijan. It's a shame, man. Y'all, I don't know, man. But thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share the videos, tell your friends about my videos, do all that. I'm really working. I love talking about sports. Tonight I'm going to be streaming. I don't know if I'm going to be on YouTube or Kick. I'm going to put all that in the description though. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure out what streaming service I like the best. I've only been on YouTube and Kick. I've tried Twitch. Twitch isn't working for me. Like, my Streamlabs ain't working at all. I don't know why, but man, tune into all that. Also linking my second channel. I dropped a couple songs on there. Check all that out. I usually like to make a song live on stream. I like to do stuff like that. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace out.